have one as well. Very cool. This happens to be a 1939 Wayne 70, and this is the last of the tall pumps. 39. They started then, and they went to 1940, 1942, 4 years, and they made no more like this. So this is very rare. It still has the shoulders on it. It's Art Deco. 4 ad glasses is called on the sides. Very desirable pump.
Well, pumps are then were like works of art. They're like. And can you just explain what this sign is in the gauge?
The sign here says glass must be full before and after delivery. Actually, the gas came up from the ground. It took all the air out of the gas in the pumping assembly. Came up through here. There's a paddle back in here, and it spun through here and came out the hose. There was a lot of crooks back then. Still a lot of crooks in the business anywhere, but this had to be full of gas, and you had to see it spinning. You know you were getting gas at that time, and also you could see the color of it. Make sure.
And who are most of your customers?
Our customers are mainly, of course, our people. A lot of dealerships have our pumps. We used to sell a lot to restaurants and stuff, not so much now. Believe it or not, a lot of doctors and attorneys have big car collections. These go in people's homes, in their offices, in a huge car collection, and that's what they do basically. That's our customer.
What was a beautiful pump like this?
This pump here, you're talking, the last pump we were at was in the 5,000 range. This is at the top of the 5,000, almost $6,000 like this.
And in terms of the rareness of this pump, when you look at the price, I mean, you really got to compare this to a rare antique.
Right, it's a rare antique. Now, our normal pump, we'll go back to this one for 1 minute. The last one, that's also expensive, but that again is a rare model. Our normal models start at about $3,500. So these are both very rare. I have another rare Texaco. You have to stick want to put down this way. This is again is a 1939, but happens to be a Bennett. And this is a very, very rare model because it's all done in brass. Very rare model. It happens to be the wind back handle where you crank it. This is called a Bennett wing. All your pieces here are in brass covers and brass nozzle pieces. So this is very rare.
Now, what kind of station back then would afford a higher end pump?
Well, you could buy pumps low end and high end. Next to you sits happens to be a mobile gas, but I'll just tell you. It has no ad glass. It has no beautiful things to it. No brass on it. This pump may have cost $125. This one would have cost $250 maybe.
Or would this have appeared more in a larger
station, in an urban area, nicer station where that may have been a farm type pump or something like that.
Now I know a lot of people collect just the pump globes.
Right.
And there's quite a market in that. Can you talk to us a little about that?
Well, the globes here in my happen to be, these are all reproduction. My pumps are all real, but the globes are reproduction. And the reason being, there's a whole market for just original globes. People collect in this business only globes, and you cannot buy the original. So we have ours made to the original specification. What you see here is all glass and metal. Some of the other ones you can plan through. I have a shell next to me, some solid glass, and they came in 3 different styles back then. All glass, metal, glass, and then they come with a complete glass, which would be like a Sinclair there, so the old ones. And the newer pumps in the 50s came with glass faces and plastic.
I want to take a look over here at this Chevron pump, because we're Chevron, right? Texaco, obviously. On this screen right here. When we talk about this pump, would you say it's from the 50s?
This is in the 50s, and this happens to be in 1956. Actually, this pump here is the same Bennett as we just saw in the Texaco, but this is a 50s model. What they did in the 50s, this was the new style, just like the cars. The pumps got smaller, looked like this. They got away from the Art Deco styles, not so fancy. And this 1956 pump is the same as the 1939 pump, except cut down.
So I guess, in the 50s, after the war, when more and more people were starting to buy automobiles, I guess the oil companies at that time said, we can't keep making brass handles and distributing those kind of pumps. So I guess they went more into the mass production.
Well, the other thing is also, when you're looking at these pumps in the 30s, that was at the point of display. Actually, the pump sat on the island, and that was your display. In the 50s, they started with the canopies now. They had different ways of merchandising, and so they went to a smaller pump that would fit under there and a much simpler design.
What's the best way for anybody to find out about gasoline now and some of the real prices that you have?
Well, we've been in business now 22 years. Probably one of the oldest gas pump restoration places. And you can go to our website, gasalley.com, and we have our complete listing of our pumps on there. Or you can call us, and we'd be glad to talk to you about anything.
Thanks. It's a pleasure.